My name is Mwenda Duranera.
Yes, sir.
Mwenda Duranera is in real estate. All aspects of real estate, from real estate development, real estate management,
Yes.
real estate marketing, real estate sales.
Yes, sir.
We speak fluent real estate.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing.
Mhm.
So today in this event, we'll be speaking to young people who are mostly have the passion to be young entrepreneurs, and many aspiring to be where you are right now. And today we are really talking about the people who the starting point. So is it okay if you can just tell us how you started?
Yeah, sure. How it started?
Yes, sir.
Wow, it's quite a journey. Of course, I was born and raised in Meru, and between Meru and Iselo. And of course, I came from a family who were in business, and I had interested in real estate for a long time. Actually, since I was a kid, I can say. And actually, I used to go to sites with my grandfather, see how the people are korobang, kujang chuma, doing stuff. That really stuff really excited me. And I always thought I'll come back to real estate. But you know, when you finish your high school, the first letter you get, or the cheapest admission,
Yes.
is where you go. So I got in three invitations. One Nairobi University, then the next was George Washington University in the US, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Then I got one from Kenya Utalii College.
Yes.
Of course, when my MSA looked at all of them, three of them,
Yes.
they're like, hey, yeah, university, you'll have to wait for like 8 months.
Yes.
This one for George Washington is very expensive.
Yes.
Of course, even to get the tickets and whatever,
Yes.
although you have been admitted, that will take time. But this is Italy College, you start here.
Yes.
Anza hapa, uendelee mbele. So I found myself in Italy College doing travel operations, something I've never imagined. In fact, I finished, I got a job with Air France. I got an intern. I was an intern at Air France. Then I worked so hard as an intern that they didn't want to let me go, so they gave me a job. I worked for almost 1 year and a half. Then they closed down.
Is it okay if I interrupt if I have a question?
Yeah.
You see, a lot of young people, they have the perception that, you see, now you said you got an intern at Air France. Is it necessarily, you say right now, they say in the connections. Did you know someone at Air France for you to get an internship?
No, actually, I just applied.
Yes.
Yeah, I just applied from college.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. No. I had just said that to show young people that you can just apply and get it.
No, you can apply working, especially these multinationals, but there's something which people don't know.
Yes.
These multinationals, sometimes you don't have to know anybody.
Yes.
You just have to prepare yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir, for the context.
So after that,
Yes, they closed down.
they closed down the operation.
Yes.
And of course, I was a young boy and I was like 21 years. So they closed down the operation and I had this ambition of going to the US. Of course, you know, then it was about hip hop, about basketball, about all the good things, all we were watching on TV.
Yes.
And imagine a boy from village, of course.
Yes.
We want everything, very ambitious boy from village.
Yes.
Wanting everything what life has to offer. So I found myself in the US. I went to do piloting. I did it for like 6 months while doing piloting, while doing manual jobs, many manual jobs from dishwashing, bellman, waiter. I did all that. I was a salesman. At some point I was in telemarketing. Telemarketing is where you call, let's say in Kenya, people use Safaricom, they're trying to convert them to use Airtel. So I called some guys after talking for almost 5 minutes. Of course, we are given a script to read.
Yes.
Then when you read that script, a guy would laugh and tell you, do you speak English? Of course. Then I would say, no, that's my English, can I go slowly? Then I start all over again. So, you have to be humble, you have to, by the end of the day, you want to close the sale, right?
Yes.
However they take you is up to them.
Yes.
But you want to give them the right information, but they cannot understand the information. So now I will try again and again and again. Funny enough, there's some people who I could speak my accent. They liked it.
Yes.
They did not even care about my product, but they are like, okay, yeah, whatever you're selling, I'm buying it.
Yes.
So it was like that. I became so good. I was like the top sales guy at the marketing place. So I've done so many jobs before I entered now into real estate. So after my private piloting license.
I can now. Sorry to interrupt for that. Now you said you went to do piloting.
Yes.
How did it go? You are called to do piloting.
You apply.
Okay.
You apply.
It was a scholarship.
No.
Yes.
It was not a scholarship.
Or you had saved some money.
Yeah,
from
it was self-sponsored.
Okay. So right now you are a pilot.
Yeah, I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot. That's been a while.
Yes.
So maybe I've lost it.
Yes.
Once you get back to it,
Yes.
get the gist of it.
Okay. Now you get the license.
Yeah. So after that, then I realized this was not my thing.
Yeah.
Real estate is where I belong. So from there, I started now looking for jobs in real estate. And the first job which came was as a construction worker, which I took since I wanted to understand real estate intimately. I didn't want to be told of this and that. I wanted to be the one. I understand this industry from the ground up. So of course, I was working at the sites all day, carrying stones, mixing cement here and there, laying drywalls. So there in America they build with wood.
Yes.
They put some sponge kind of thing. Then they put a drywall. That's now becomes your wall.
Yes.
So we're doing many of those. So with time now, of course, at the site I could see some guys driving with some nice cars. Then I was also curious. I was talking to them. So how are you? What do you do? How can I be like you?
Yes.
The bit you read with Americans or many people who are accomplished.
Yes.
If you ask them, they are always willing to give you the information.
Yes.
They are willing to share. They're not selfish.
Mm.
Like many of our people here.
Yes.
So they tell me many of them were realtors,
Yes.
mortgage officers, these are investors, these are clients who wanted to buy the houses.
Yes.
So I interacted with them a lot, and now I came to understand. Now, if I want to be there, what did I need? What did I need to do?
Yes.
So from there, now I started my training as a realtor.
Yes.
To practice real estate, you have to be licensed. And to be licensed, you have to be a professional. So you have to go through some training.
Yes.
So I did training for 6 months for being a realtor.
Yes.
Then I worked to some companies, some real estate companies. Of course, I came to understand if
Yes.
you want to be in real estate fully, you need to understand the financing bit of real estate. This almost everybody buying a house gets a mortgage, needs financing. So I had to do now another course to be a loan officer,
Yes.
to be like a mortgage broker.
Yes.
So I did that course for another 6 months while I was working,
Yes.
of course, to better myself. So now with that, now I was ready for the market. So I worked for several companies, then finally started my own, did my first deal.
Just to interrupt a bit, allow me to interrupt. From your story, there are a few things that I've realized. One, some qualities that you had. One was humility. Humility in the sense that you are willing to go from being a pilot to going back to do the manual labor in real estate just because you had the passion for real estate.
Yeah.
The other thing is the curiosity to learn. To learn, to know how is this industry, how does it operate. And then now is the hard work, the push that you had. Because I remember even in your previous jobs, you had said that you are even the best person in that job. So how important are those qualities as a young person who is coming up? Because right now we're in a generation that wants to have an idea today and be a billionaire tomorrow. So what will you say about that?
Of course, one thing which is for sure is humility plays a key role in someone's success. And being able to serve people. Actually, that's one of the things I learned to tell you. Courtesy, being courteous, and not being judgmental to anybody you see. Of course, I know everybody has something to offer. Almost everybody can teach you something. So be humble, be ready to learn, be open. Don't be a know-it-all. Since there's something I know you don't, there's something you know I don't. So we can only share and learn from each other. That's from anybody. Even a construction worker will teach you some lessons. You'll be amazed. Some guy will be a president or CEO of a company or an owner or a big business person can teach you a lot. But you need knowledge from all corners, from the big to the small. I mean, with the correction of that, that's what makes somebody a serious big entrepreneur.
Yes.
Since you need information, the information you need is not from the high offices, it's from the people on the ground.
Yes.
So you need to get that.
Yes.
And of course, like when you get an opportunity, ukipata nafasi, chapa ilale. When you get an opportunity to work or make some money, if somebody trusts you with something, please take care of them and take care of whatever they've entrusted with you. And that way, they keep on coming back for more. They say to their relatives to you. And when they think of real estate, they think of you. Yes.
Amazing. Now that you've touched on excellence, young people need to embrace a culture of excellence in whatever that they do. And as they work, even in the jobs that they have been employed, I've heard you say that they work as if that work is theirs. They do it their best.
Yes, of course. If an opportunity comes your way, chapa ilale.
Yes, thank you so much.
There's no two-way to it.
Yes.
Like even today, if somebody calls me, they want a plot somewhere.
Yes.
Maybe in Doiro, 5500.
Yes.
And maybe, we started in Mombasa. Now, I have my clients in Mombasa.
Yes.
Whenever they come here and they want something, my existing clients, no matter how small, I take off, I go serve them.
Yes.
Since these are my ambassadors, these are people who talk about me in a positive way. These are the advocates of company MySpace Properties. So those ones, I really take care of them. And also my clients, it doesn't matter, you might say, become bigger or old entrepreneur, but no, the same basics of serving them from the one go, keep it going and instill into others. Like I'm very happy with most of the people running real estate in Mombasa. They are people I trained. They're the ones running companies in Mombasa which run real estate. And I'm happy we are still working together. We're still doing transactions together. Though they are my ex-employees, but it's okay. By the end of the day, there's enough for everybody. If one company was given, let's say, MySpace Properties to handle Karen alone, or Westlands alone, we can't handle it. We don't have the capacity. So it's about involving others. That way, we create a better community.
That's great. Now, where you had started? Now, because today we are speaking about starting. We are telling young people now to start. Now, you had started. Now, where did you start and how did you start? Want to hear the amazing journey. How it started and how it started.
How did it start?
We see, coming from America and coming now back home, you see the shift in culture, the shift in environment. How did it go?
No, of course, while I was in the US, I was investing in Kenya. And whatever, the good thing is like in the US, you operate on credit. Here is cash. So wherever I had some cash, I would buy some land here, buy some building, and stuff like that. And when I came back, of course, there's some building I was working on in Mombasa. So that's why I settled in Mombasa. So I wanted to complete that building. Then in Mombasa, I realized we have challenges of the market. There was no market. Nobody was talking about Mombasa. Mombasa was like a closed society. The people who were selling property, they were selling them secretly, not loudly, the way we do it. So I met some contractors, some builders who told me, yes, they have the money to build, they have the land to build, but where is the market? Where are the buyers? So I saw an opportunity there. That's when we started Mombasa Homes Expo, Unique Homes Magazine, MySpace Properties, and I mean, we exposed the Mombasa market to the world. And I can say I participated in that, giving a market in the Kenyan coastal region. And with that now, I was there for almost 10 years, did a lot of real estate, from development to selling to, I mean, subdivisions, everything to do with real estate. Of course, it was with so many ups and downs. It never went straight line. You know, they say when you see light at the end of the tunnel, make sure it's not a train coming to hit you. So, but the journey, of course, is with ups and downs. But how I take it myself, if I try 10 things and I succeed in 7 or 6, I'm good. I don't have to succeed in everything. Of course, we have had a fair of failures, which are, I mean, it's very heartbreaking, but we take it hard, we take it as a lesson, lesson learned so that we can improve. So sometimes things happen. If you don't make mistakes, sometimes you might not know the depth of this. But it's always good to learn from other people's mistakes than your own mistakes. So that's why I like Powell today. You're talking to me, and you want to learn, and I can see you're eager to learn.
Yeah, thank you so much. There's something I've come to realize. When you speak, you always, there's somewhere you still say real estate. And from your story, you wanted to do real estate from a very young age, and you purposed this way that you go. What is the importance of a young person focusing on one thing? Because right now young people are doing a lot of things. They say, I'm in real estate, I'm a business person, I'm still also in beauty. And what is the importance of focusing on one thing and doing it to your best?
Well, of course, when you focus on something, you become a specialist. According to this research, they say if you do 10 hours of something, you become an expert. So for me, I'm learning every day. Even today, I've been doing real estate for 20 years, but I'm still learning. But it's very important for young guys to focus on something. If something you really have a dream, you have a passion for something, it's good to focus on it. Since what happens, the resources dry up sometimes in business, but the passion is what drives you, keeps you moving. So it's very important to focus, and you can only specialize when you focus. But remember, sometimes it's just a job. You need to survive. You need to eat. For example, a person who cleans toilets, not that they like cleaning toilets. It's a job. They have to make the hands meet by one way or the other. So what I say is, it's good to have your, like me, I had when I was doing dishwashing, I did not let that say I must be a dishwasher for the rest of my life. No, I knew that's just a bridge. That's just a temporary inconvenience for me to get where I want to go. I focus that way.
Thank you so much. Now, lastly, because of the interest of time, right now young people are being encouraged to think globally, because I've always been of that philosophy that the people of the West, their children, are trained to think for the global community, yet our Kenyan youth are trained to think for just people around the corner. Their businesses, if they say that Nairobi, I just want to create a business there for the Nairobi people or just for the people in Kenya. Yet, so how do, as a young person, how do I package myself for the globe? Not only for my community, not only for my village, how do I package myself, even as a young person from the village, even as you came from Meru, yet you've been able to penetrate globally. So how do I package myself as a young person for the global market?
Okay, good. That's a very good question. How do you package yourself to be a global player? I'll take you back to something I learned from my mentor. Actually, one of my mentors always tells me, for a serious business person, you have to be two things. Two things. Number one, what is the first profession in the world? The first ever profession. Huh?
Farming.
Yeah.
The first profession in the world.
Farming.
No. Ni biashara gani ilianza?
Cooking.
No.
Yeah.
The first profession in the world was prostitution.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
That's the trade number one which
Yes.
started in the world.
Mm,
And the trade number two?
farming.
No.
Trading food.
No.
Yes.
You guys Gen Z. You don't read history. So the second profession in the world was spying.
Mm,
Buying information.
yes.
Paying people to get you information. So now what that brings us to today, you find like, a prostitute is always on the lookout. What's happening, who's coming. She knows who made money today, who did not make money today, who's rich, who's not. You need to have information, as much information, and be curious to know. So that's what I mean by prostitution.
Yes.
Then number two, spying. Spying in the modern day is research. Getting to know who needs what problems are there, what problems can you solve to make money. So whenever I'm in the wild, I always remember those two basics. The first profession being prostitution,
Prostitution.
number two, spying.
Yes.
So don't go away, as an entrepreneur, don't go far away from those, since they teach you a lot. You should always be curious, what's happening, where? Do you go to clubs?
No,
Do
no.
you see how the prostitutes behave?
Oh, yes, I can see.
That's the way an entrepreneur should behave.
Yes.
Looking for opportunities. Anyway, and then getting information, doing research. Let's say in Kenya we have M-Pesa. Is M-Pesa happening in Brazil? Is M-Pesa happening in some other parts of the world? Who would need it? How can I come with that technology and also make it for people in Brazil? So if I was in the tech industry, that's where I would be thinking. But now I'm in real estate, and real estate is a local business. So real estate, you have to keep it local.
Yes.
But for other businesses, especially the IT-based, it's always good to think global. How can you scale? For example, now you told me you do your product of house management and stuff like that. You have a software for that.
Yes.
Now, how can you go beyond your village, beyond your city, beyond your country, beyond your continent? That's the way you grow big. Look at Elon Musk. He's a South African. But he went to America and he's among the richest people in the world. That's the way, that's the scale we need to be thinking at.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. A parting shot for the young people listening to you this morning. We are live in the event, so a parting shot for them as you conclude.
A parting shot, of course, sorry I missed you. I was to be with you today, but due to unavoidable circumstances, the event coincided with another big event I have in Meru, and which I can't afford to miss. It's a family event, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm the chairman of my family, and I have to be there. So next time when there's an event, I promise I'll be there live with you. I want to meet you. I want you to be my friend.